A lot of people stop me in the street and they accidentally smile, like they're not sure why they're smiling at me, or where they know me from, and they think that I went to school with them, or maybe I live in their neighborhood, and then it dawns on them that I'm Maria from Sesame Street, and then they get very, very nostalgic. I've been on the show so long that when celebrities come on the show, like Tony Bennett and Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder, I go, wow, that's wonderful to see you. And then young stars come on the show that I don't recognize, and they look at me and go, wow, how wonderful to see you. Obviously, when I started on Sesame Street over 30 years ago, there were no Latin people on television. When I was first on the show, they put a lot of, I was 20. They put a lot of makeup on me. And this producer said, very wonderful producer, I go through all the trouble of casting a real person, and you make her like a Cupid doll. He drags me into the makeup room. The makeup lady is nervously taking off all the makeup, and I see my real face showing. And that's the moment that I realized, oh, I'm supposed to just be me. They wanted children in the inner city, in the barrios of America, to have somebody to relate to, and I became that person. Children need to see themselves reflected in society. They need to see themselves in books. They need to see themselves in movies. Because if they don't see what part of society they're going to participate in and how they're going to contribute to that society. So certainly seeing Latin people on television is important for children, if they're Latin, and for all children, to see that we really are a diverse society. When I was a child, I was always fascinated by the conversations that my parents would have about Puerto Rico. Being a kid, being in the South Bronx, never going to Puerto Rico, right? And your parents are talking about Puerto Rico all the time. And they're saying terrible things about it. La pobreza, la lucha, which is how my parents referred to life. How are you? Aquí en la lucha. Then they're singing songs about it. Oh, it's so wonderful. I love it. I miss it. I want to go back. So they're giving me like two signals. As a child, I didn't understand that feeling. Because a kid doesn't understand that you could feel two ways about something, good and bad. As an adult, we feel that way all the time. Then I went to Puerto Rico when I was 14 years old, and it was like, it's paradise. And how could you leave this place? And then they told me the hard facts about not being able to work and everything. So the fantasy life of the immigrant or migrant child to me is very interesting because I had such a rich one.